The year was 1991. The venue was Turner's Cross. The last time two teams went head-to-head on the final day of the season in a bid to become league champions. Cork City were the losers back then, as the only goal of the game meant Dundalk went home with the title. Fast forward 14 years. Once again, we're back in Turner's Cross for a final day showdown. But who's it to be this year? Cork going for their first title since 1993, or current league leaders Derry, who haven't been champions since 1997. And so the scene is set. Cork City versus Derry City, live from Turner's Cross, as the sides battle it out for the honour of being Eircom League champions for 2005. Well, Cork certainly is the place to be today. Of course, we had that little story about Roy Keane. You may have heard about that earlier on today, and we're going to leave that aside for the moment and concentrate on this incredible match between Cork City and Derry City. We will have a new name on the league trophy tonight. Shelbourne were the champions last year. Will it be Cork? Will it be Derry City? We'll find out in the next 2 hours or so. Now, I'm delighted to be joined by Dave Barry and by Felix Healy. We'll be getting the views of the lads in just a couple of minutes' time. It's great to have them here with us at an incredible Turner's Cross. The atmosphere sensational tonight. Let's look at the league table and just give you an idea of how tight things are. Look at the goal difference. Derry City have scored a few more goals than Cork City, but remarkable after 32 games that their goal differences are exactly the same. Won't be a factor tonight. Derry City, of course, leading by a point. They need only a draw. Cork City have to win the league title. So now, Dave Barry, the atmosphere here tonight, the 7,500 people here, people outside asking for tickets. Have you got a spare ticket coming into the ground? This is a special place to be tonight.
It's an electric atmosphere there. You know, all day this has been going on. People have been telephoning me for tickets. Yeah. You know, you're talking about 2 hours before a game that the crowds have been building up. The stadium was full an hour before the game. This is what League of Ireland is all about. And, you know, unfortunately only one team can win it tonight, hopefully it's City.
But which city? Derry. They have 550 fans. They probably could have sold 5,000 tickets, Felix.
There's no doubt about that. The demand has been tremendous in the Northwest all week, as I'm sure Cork has sold a lot more tickets than they actually did as well. We were just talking, the best atmosphere I ever experienced was back in 1997 when we won the league. We beat Dave's team here 1-0, which effectively killed their title aspirations. And it was the best atmosphere. The last 20 minutes at that end was like the Alamo. Players going off everywhere. And if we can recreate that tonight, I think it'll be tremendous.
Absolutely. Dave, I don't like to remind you of 1991. We did mention it at the top of the programme. Let's just have a look back to that. It was against Dundalk here. It didn't go Cork City's way that day.
No, it didn't. I think people are constantly saying that Derry only need a draw here. We only needed a draw that day, Dara. You know, it puts you in two minds, whether to go for the win or sit back. We tried to, you know, sit back. Looking at that, I should have scored, but people will be slagging me over that afterwards. But, you know, you go into every game, you know, and to win it. But this is a very unusual situation for both sides. The pressures on both managers is be very interesting how they handle it.
Felix, we can look at the goals from the previous meetings between the sides this season. You go back, I think Derry were beaten 2-0 here. There was the cup game, of course, the 3-1 up in the Brandywell.
I think that was the time when Cork were really firing in all cylinders, really playing some great stuff. Gamble and O'Callaghan were magnificent at that time of the year. There was great tempo, great flow, great cohesion in their play, which I think hasn't been there in the last 5 or 6 weeks. Whether they can reproduce that tonight or not, we shall see. But they need to have that kind of form tonight, and it's about tonight about the big players, the O'Callaghans, can they gamble? They've invested heavily in players. Can they deliver? And tonight there's going to be a lot of questions answered.
Absolutely. Just as we look back at the Brandywell, this was a fantastic day for Derry. 18th of August, they won 3-1.
Well, that was a match that at that particular time it could have gone either way, Dara. At that penalty, O'Flynn missed a great chance after that. He didn't have the best of nights that particular night. Then Derry got a break, punching the ball, deceived the Cork defender, and it was tucked away. And this was the icing on the cake, I think, because this Malloy shot which looked up in the air and flew in the back of the net. That's been that kind of year for Derry, actually. It's been that kind of a year. And then this is John O'Flynn won't want to see that too often. achieving it from the shoots. We want to see that be open. But that was a very close game.
Yeah.
Very close game. But tonight there's no excuses for the pitch. Pitch isn't good, Nick.
Yeah. Do you think we'll have goals tonight, Dave?
Well, I think both teams go for goals. You know, it's one thing that surprised me, Dara, coming down here, that Derry City have scored 5 more goals than Cork City.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I go to all the league games, League of Ireland games over the last number of years. It's the one thing that Derry City have always stood out to me, that they were a mid-table team. Their goal spar was very poor. Cork City have scored probably twice as many goals in the last number of years than Derry, and that's what Stephen Kenny has done this year.
Yeah.
Like, it's unbelievable to think they've come down here where the league has gone a point ahead and scored 5 more goals than us. So, you know, a lot of credit is due to Derry.
Yeah. Okay, just to remind you, we're running a very special competition tonight in conjunction with Eircom. It's the Man of the Match competition. And just to give you the details, you can win 2 tickets to the FAI Cup final between Cork City and Drogheda United on December the 4th. The prize includes hotel accommodation with dinner, pre and post-match reception passes and transport to and from the venue. The numbers, of course, on your screen. You can call us with your nomination for Man of the Match or text us, and numbers there for the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland. We wish you well. Will it be a Derry City player? Will it be a Cork City player? This trophy here beside me, my new friend, is what it's all about. You can find out where it's going after the break. Back in a second.
Excellent. All right.
Nice to speak to you.
If they win this game, the Reds go through. Liverpool versus Real Betis, Wednesday at 7 on RTE2.
Life can make your hair thin. New Pantene Pro V Full and Thick collection. Our unique Pro-Vitamin lightweight formula penetrates hair deep, leaving your hair looking noticeably fuller and thicker in just 7 days. New Pantene Pro V Full and Thick. More to play with. Pantene is now recommended by the Institute of Trichologists, the UK's hair experts since 1902.
Till an old time love, 'cause nothing else is good enough.
Will Young is back with his new album, Keep On. Out now.
Hi, love. I got you a card. It's a good one. It's Hallmark.
Good luck in your new job. Love, Darren.
I'll just...
Thanks for the card, love. Nice we can chat like this. You and me and the door.
So then one day, the Dublin scumbags come down with the Burberry hats. What do you think of me Burberry hat? Well, I think it's fake.
Des Bishop Live, out now on DVD. Super value, shopping as it should be.
For a different view, the Irish Examiner.
Welcome back. Well, it just keeps getting louder and louder here at Turner's Cross. The shed, of course, will be demolished after tonight's game. I believe the guy with the wrecking ball was in having a look at it today. There's going to be a brand new stand there for 2006. Now, just by the way, on our Man of the Match competition, you need to give us the shirt number, not the name of the player, but the shirt number of the player you reckon will be Man of the Match. That's all for later on. Let's hear from the two managers. Stephen Kenny of Derry City has done a great job there. Damien Richardson has done a great job here at Cork City. There was Tony.
Damien Richardson, is there any truth in the rumour that Roy Keane is playing tonight?
I'm almost half wish it was, Tony, but I've got a very good midfield out tonight, so even Roy might struggle to get into that team. We're ready for this game. It's a fitting finale to what's been a tremendous season for everybody connected with Cork City. Although we got a cup final to come, all our minds, all our attention, all our focus is on this 190 minutes. It's everything anybody could ever ask for.
We know that Cork are a cracking side, they're a good side. We're in the Lions Den down here, the full house tonight. But these are the games that you want to be involved in, players, supporters, and you know, certainly all the coaching staff and so forth. So it's a good night for the club as well, and hopefully we can do ourselves justice.
Well, Stephen Kenny has won this trophy as a manager before. Damien Richardson has never won it as a manager. Lads, final predictions. I have a feeling I know how both of you are going to answer this, but Dave, who's going to do it?
Darby, before I say that, I'd say I'm a hardcore Cork City supporter. I want to be down in that shed for the last time. It's gone next year.
Yeah.
It's been tremendous for the League of Ireland. Hopefully we'll win 2-1 tonight, and you know, hopefully we'll finally get our hands on that league trophy.
Okay, well, let's see. Felix?
Prediction? The overall sense, it's too close to call. I just think there'll be goals in the last 20 minutes. And I think if there are no goals scored with 15-20 minutes to go, Cork have got to throw everything forward.
Yeah.
Derry are very good on the break. Could kill them off. But it's going to be a fascinating 90 minutes.
Oh, it certainly will. And it's going to be really a special occasion. It already is here at Turner's Cross. The teams are in the tunnel dying to come out on the pitch. They've been out warming up already. Let's join our big match commentary team of Jim Beglin and first George Hamilton.
Thank you, Dara. Well, of course, the match is not going to be overshadowed by anything, but it certainly had to fight for top billing with the big news from across the water today. Roy Keane and Manchester United parting company. Jim, before we concentrate on this, were you surprised that it should end as the way it did?
Totally. I think after his recent outburst, you know, I thought there was a possibility of him leaving in the transfer window in January, not this soon. I think firstly, George, it's a great shame that such a fantastic Manchester United career has finished like this and not come to a more natural end. I don't want to speculate too much until we know exactly what's happened, but I spoke to you before the Lille game. I felt what he said against his teammates would cause unrest in the dressing room, and I think relationships have deteriorated. I suppose now Celtic is his favoured destination, possibly.
Well, I wouldn't have thought he wanted to give up, so if he's going to play anywhere, that looks like the most likely, but who knows?
Well, he said that he'd find it hard to go back to Manchester United with another English club, didn't he? So abroad seems likely.
So there you are. We'll be much more about that on the Premiership tomorrow night, you can be sure. That's on RTE2 just after 7:15. But here tonight at 7:45, David McKeown will blow his whistle and this Cork City team will go into action. Now, 3 changes in it, in fact, from the team that drew at Shelbourne at the end of last week. Roy O'Donovan was a striker that night, so he's been put onto the wing at the expense of Colin O'Brien. Liam Carney comes back for Billy Woods on the left wing, and in front, John O'Flynn, top scorer for Cork. He had a groin strain, but Damien Richardson given him every chance to prove himself, so he comes in. So it's O'Flynn and Fenn. 14-goal John O'Flynn, 6-goal Neil Fenn in all competitions. They are the attack against Derry City, with O'Donovan playing wide on the right. Derry City, well, they've made a couple of changes from last week, and as Felix Healy suggested at the end of our coverage for the Brandywell last Saturday night, the team that finished for Derry City last Saturday would be the team that starts in Cork. And here it is in its formation, with our solid defence, Pizza Hutton, the captain, and Clive Delaney at the heart of the defence, McGlynn and Brennan playing wide on the wings, and Beckett, who came on as a substitute at the Brandywell, just in behind their top scorer, Mark Farron. 21 goals in all competitions. Well, it's a tight, evocative venue, Turner's Cross, and it's packed to the rafters for this. Jessica Higginbotham, the Cork City mascot, 14 today, and what a day to have your birthday and to lead out your favourite team into this Lion's Den of an atmosphere. Well, some of them are dressed as Father Christmas, and it would certainly be the perfect Christmas present if they were to leave Turner's Cross with a victory tonight. Cork City in their familiar green with white and red, and their captain Dan Murray. And Peter Hutton leads Derry City. Peter Hutton, Clive Delaney, the tallest of tall men. And Gary Beckett there, recalled for this. Derry City on the better run at the moment. They did go 25 matches unbeaten, 17 of those in the league before they were dumped out of the FAI Cup here 4 weeks ago. Well, things have changed since then, while Derry have gone to the top of the table and need just a draw from here tonight. Cork City's form has dipped over recent weeks since beating Derry to reach the cup final. They've won 2, drawn 2 and lost 1, taking just 8 points out of 15, which isn't really championship form, but they've done enough on the way to maintain their place at the top until last weekend. And if they win here tonight, it will be their championship and the first time in their career for Damien Richardson to win a league championship. John O'Flynn, 10 Premier League goals for Cork City, and they gave him every chance to be fit for this, and he's back to partner the former Tottenham man Neil Fenn in attack. George O'Callaghan, their talisman, 92nd minute penalty to knock Derry out of the cup, the semi-final, and a penalty as you would have seen earlier in the meeting at the Brandywell. A match from which he didn't start, came on as a substitute. There's one for the album, and for Peter Hutton, a memory of a long time ago. He made his debut for Derry City on this ground on St. Patrick's Day in 1991. How he would love to crown his career with a league championship here. Though, of course, he has won already, but when Derry last won it in 1997, when Felix Healy was the manager. Gary Beckett recalled wise old heads playing just in behind the lead striker, Mark Farron. A draw will do, but a draw won't be what they play for. Jim, you had this kind of situation as a player, both with Leeds and with Liverpool. Final match, championship there to be won.
Yeah, and I think both managers will say to the players, respective players, grab the opportunity. But on both occasions I went to a final league game with Liverpool and Leeds respectively, away from home. You know, big emphasis on not doing anything silly, being very, very tight at the back, knowing you've got the ability in your side to nick a goal. And I think it's key that both sides don't make silly little errors and hand the initiative to the other side.
Kieran Martin, how influential is he for Derry City? 7 goals from his midfield position. A very influential player indeed. Referee for tonight's match is from Dublin, Dave McKeown. On the line he's got Martin Maloney and Tony Ryan. Damien Hancock, who refereed the last meeting of these teams at this venue, is the man in charge here as 4th official tonight. We're all set to go then. Perfect evening on Lee's side. A little bit of a nip in the air, but no real breeze to speak of, and a perfect pitch underfoot. Cork City, with the shed at their backs, will begin by kicking off. It's the last round-up in the Eircom League 2005 edition, and it's between these two, Cork City and Derry City. O'Callaghan immediately swept right to Horgan, the right back. Cut out by Hargan for Derry. This is Dan Murray and Danny Murphy. Good ball to pick out Fenn. And reading is Carney. Chance for Carney to cross it. That's a close call early on. But has he injured himself in the process? John O'Flynn from Carney's cross with just 20 seconds on the clock. And he's hobbling, unfortunately, for Cork.
Well, that's not a good sign. But the move up the left-hand side was absolutely superb. Great ball in from Carney. And, well, O'Flynn, I thought he should have stuck it away, to be honest. I know he's kind of ahead of the front post, and it's a little more difficult. But what a chance.
He was recalled for tonight, Liam Carney. Nicely wide.
And it was a great little ball from Neil Fenn as well to get him in. It just drove the Derry defence out of position.
What a start that would have been for Cork City. Cork haven't conceded in their last 2. Derry haven't conceded in their last 3, but you have the impression there might be a goal or 2 in this. Hutton. And this kick by O'Donovan.
Neil Fenn's ball was exquisite to get Carney away, and that's a cracking little ball, and it just needs something a foot lower, and it's in the back of the net. Although it didn't go in, it sets a lovely tone for Damien Richardson's side, and I think he'll be quietly pleased about that.
Throw is to try and get Killian Brennan away. Really nearly got there, but just couldn't keep his feet. It's a goal kick to Cork City. A lifetime in football, but never a league championship as player or manager. He's won cups, but never a league. Came close in his time in recent years as a manager. This is as close as it gets as well. Joe Gamble, distinctive little player. Chance to get stuck in again. No Beckett, but Beckett's giving it away. See that back to Devine. Delaney. Gamble. Hargan's missed it, and there's going to be a card for Sean Hargan for that. The assistant on the far side, Tony Ryan, was prepared to let it go, play advantage, but when the Cork man went down, a card came out for Hargan.
Not quite sure whether that's a little harsh on Hargan. I know he was just trying to play the ball as it passed, but he certainly caught O'Donovan. Here he's just watching the ball. Oh, maybe there was a little bit more to it. Certainly missed time.
Here's the free kick. Ford, the ball together, secure under that. But he has a reputation as the top goalkeeper in the country. Offside. Gamble. In went Martin. Nobody there in a striped shirt to take advantage. Just remember, a draw is enough for Derry. They are a point ahead. Another point, the title is theirs. Cork must win. Beckett. Smart turn. Tried to get Gareth McGlynn away, but instead it's Danny Murphy. And the offside this time is against John O'Flynn, who seems to be moving a good deal freer now. Maybe it wasn't the old injury at all. He might just have hurt his knee when he came down. 14 years ago on St. Patrick's Day. Yes, that's when it all began for Peter Hutton. Beckett. So they tried to get a runner away, but it didn't work for them. O'Donovan. Oh, and here's a mistake by Hutton. O'Flynn is all alone. Support from O'Callaghan outside. Lovely, clever back heel. George O'Callaghan defended there well by Kevin Derry, who's not very happy with those around him. In the first corner of the game goes to Cork City.
Yeah, well, the mistake from Hutton, caused problems. O'Flynn is in. I think, watch Derry here getting back. I think he does extremely well just to track back, keep his eye on it and stop O'Callaghan from getting anything in. Good defending.
Well, they've had one free kick. Now they got the corner. Headed away by Derry. Only as far as Joe Gamble. Too close to the goalkeeper. O'Callaghan able to gather it in. Shears laced with irony. Well, that's not a good sign for Cork either. Neil Fenn getting the strapping. And one striker who had to pass a fitness test on a groin strain, John O'Flynn, and Dan Neil Fenn off having his thigh strapped. Martin. They are well well looked after for strikers, though. Dennis Behan, who played in the cup tie, who has the experience, and 5 goals from all competitions this season. He's their striker on the bench. Neil Fenn returns to the fray. From the chase back, Ford says leave it to me.
I've just seen Neil Fenn make a little gesture to the bench. I think he's struggling, George. And the fact that he's getting his thigh strapped like that, if it's his hamstring, then I think he's in big trouble and unlikely to carry on.
Yeah, he's not going to make it. No, he's coming straight off again. The game goes on. It'll continue without Neil Fenn. He's not at all happy. Tony O'Donoghue's on the touchline.
Yes, George, and Neil Fenn is going to have to leave the action. It was a hamstring strain, in fact, and he came for attention. He did get it strapped again to see if they could tighten it up and if he could hold out for the rest of the game, but it's gone again. He's going to have to come off. He'll be replaced by Dennis Behan, so Cork's 2 strikers to start with, both carrying an injury into this game.
A game they have to win, a game in which they have to score if they're to be champions. Brennan, but the flag was up against Farron. There's Dennis Behan. Call into the action. Campbell. In the way, Dallin Bennett. McGlynn. Brennan caught late there by Neil Horgan. Free kick to Derry, and meanwhile the substitution can be made by Cork. Neil Fenn lasting just 9 minutes. That's unfortunate for Cork, all right. He's had an up and down kind of season, Fenn.
Well, there's an irony in that as well, with all the talk about O'Flynn and his problems before the game, and Fenn's the one who makes way before him.
Farron is off the pitch for Derry, changing his footwear. They won't want to take the free kick without him. Delaney's gone up, they're going to have to. Farron is back on, but in no position to attack here. Hargan, it's come free to O'Flynn. Now it's Hutton. Straight through to Devine. Murphy. Another play before it reached Hutton. Hargan. This is O'Flynn. Brennan has it. Beckett trying to get McGlynn away. Well played Murphy. Helped away by Murray. Back again by Hutton. Beckett. No Derry player there. Danny Murphy. So the angle not quite right. The idea applauded by John O'Flynn.
I think Cork started the home side with great purpose, about great energy in their play and a high tempo. Just get the feeling that Neil Fenn having to leave the pitch has just kind of knocked them a little bit. Just need to re-establish that now and just get the momentum going again.
Behan. So Callahan losing out to McGlynn. Did well to find Beckett, trying to get Farron away, defended by Murray. Offside again against Farron.
Well, he's always playing on the last defender's shoulder. I mean, he's flagged offside a few moments before. I wasn't sure about it. It was a tight call, but already you could see that Derry are going to be dangerous on the break, particularly when Cork get numbers forward. That occasion, he certainly was a yard off.
Who's making life awkward for him. Still managed to find O'Callaghan. Maybe that wasn't the ball to go for, but the one that was an easier option he's found now. O'Donovan. Delaney away. Beckett has a look. The run is by Farron. The angle not quite right, but the goalkeeper having to defend it with his head. A moment of edginess there for Cork. Gamble and Murphy, and they get settled out. Bean, Gamble, Carney, Murphy, Gamble, Bean's in chase, but they're ahead of Delaney. Struggled to prevent the corner. Succeeded. Bean. O'Donovan facing Hargan. O'Donovan attempted a shot, has to chase it. It wasn't the shot that he would have intended by any means.
In his defence, I think there was just a little bobble as he went to strike it. That's a couple of times it's happened to him now, last couple of occasions. All right, just a little bobble there, and he's not able to get his foot on it as he'd like.
Intercepted by Hargan. In comes Horgan. Bean. O'Callaghan. Offside flags up against O'Flynn.
Ooh, again, I'm not sure about that, you know. He seems to be trying to take his line, John O'Flynn, off Big Clive Delaney. I just wonder whether the assistant was a little quick to get his flag up then. I think O'Flynn certainly thinks so. We can't really tell from that angle, but that was close.
Defense by Bennett. That's out of play. was stretching, couldn't keep it in play. Throw into Derry.
Yeah, Gamble apologised for that, knocked it a little too far in front of Murphy. But since Bean's come on for Fenn, I think he's done well. Anytime the ball's been played into his feet, it's stuck, and he's able to bring others into play. But having said that, I think Stephen Kenny will be very satisfied with, after that early scare, the header over from O'Flynn, because they're looking nice and compact away from home Derry, just as he would have wished, and you know, always that chance on the break for them.
Dan Murray, Cork's captain. Delaney deceived by the bounce, throw into Cork. So Callahan. O'Flynn. Here's Hogan. O'Donovan. It's built up by Cork. O'Flynn! Yes! Second time lucky for John O'Flynn. Super build-up by Cork City. Swept from one side to the other. And O'Donovan's cross was perfect. Derry might question the marking, but O'Flynn made sure.
Well, I mean, in many respects it was too easy for O'Donovan to get the cross in because he wasn't closed down, and it just goes to show you a winger doesn't always have to beat his man. If there's room there, whip it in. And I think O'Donovan put a beautiful cross in, great area. Derry have got to question the marking thereafter, and O'Flynn, I'd be guilty of the first one, but certainly no doubt then, very, very tidy finish.
John O'Flynn scores his 11th Premier League goal. And Cork City, who have to win to be champions, go 1-0 up. Now we've got a cup tie of a league match. This will not do for Derry. It has to be a draw at least. But I suppose you could say that it's reward for what Cork did in the opening stages of the game, that they did begin with good tempo, that they did have a very early chance in the first minute. And even if Derry have looked, as you've said, compact, at least they've gone for the areas and they've got the reward.
Thanks for reminding me about that. I think I jinxed them. I thought they were doing very nicely after the chance in the first minute from O'Flynn. You know, maybe Hargan could have been a little tighter on O'Donovan as he got the cross in, and certainly the two centre-backs were missing when O'Flynn directed it into the net. It's a great ball though, into a lovely area, you know, crying out for a striker to get his head on that, and I thought he finished it beautifully.
I'd say Damien Richardson would be pleased with that selection, because he moved O'Donovan from the front to play wide right tonight, and he dropped Colin O'Brien in the process, who's pretty much a favourite here too, but that's why he did it. And Cork are 1-0 up. Chance after 20 seconds, chance after 17 minutes. One of them went in, and it's 1-0 Cork.
Well, the first one was the sighter. He got the sighter in and made no mistake second time round. But admittedly, I think the first one was a more difficult opportunity for him. The second one was just crying out to be buried.
They've got their noses in front. Venue where Derry City haven't won in the league since the year 2000. They're going to have to do something. In fact, Derry against Cork hasn't been a particularly rewarding fixture for Derry City over the years. Derry have only 2 victories over Cork City in their last 11 meetings. We're not quite a quarter of a way through this one, so a bit early to be making tops about the likely outcome, but certainly Cork have got the better start.
I don't think Derry will panic. I think the game plan will still be to keep it nice and tight, but obviously now there's more of an onus on finding the front two, getting it into Beckett and Farn and playing off them there and trying to carry a little more of a threat now.
Delaney, back again by Murray. Delaney against Bean. Bean putting the pressure on him. Clearance by McCallion. Helped on there by Martin. And O'Donovan caught late there by McCallion. Advantage is played. Cross from Carney, too close to forward. Two old-fashioned wingers, Cork City tonight.
Well, I mean, sprightly, and again, you know, if there's room there, whip it in. Always favour the goalkeeper, that one, but I think they've got the right idea, the two wingers. Don't mess about, get it in the box, give your strikers a chance.
Beckett. Murray did enough, it's O'Callaghan. Martin. On then from McGlynn. Well played, Danny Murphy. Nice the throw from Derry. Campbell. Releasing O'Donovan. Horgan goes round the outside. O'Flynn is through the middle. That was telegraphed a little. And enabled Kevin Derry to get it away, but it'll come straight back because they've given it to Cork. O'Callaghan. Good challenge that by Kieran Martin. Farron. Beckett. O'Callaghan busying himself there. McGlynn, no foul. Comes straight to McCallion. Farron trying to find Brennan. Derry, who are very much a set-piece team. All these rigorously practiced on the training ground, but it didn't quite come off on that occasion, but they can put it back in the danger zone again. It's Murray who clears it. You consider last week when they beat St. Pat's, the two centre-halves scored from two set-pieces. Kind of team that they are. Play the percentage game. David Ford, but not a costly one. Donovan in to head it away. It's a free kick.
It's clumsy as well by O'Callaghan because he's inviting the referee to possibly book him for it. He's not going to flash his yellow for it, but there's no need for it.
Well, the whistle went. The players insisted on continuing the debate. David Killen says there's one referee in the pitch and it ain't you guys.
Well, it was all sparked by, you know, silly little challenge from O'Callaghan. No need for it.
This is important for Shamrock Rovers, isn't it? 2 goals up at Belfield. There's the free kick from Derry. Now out to Brennan. Just wouldn't come down for him. And then Beckett tried to steer it towards the top corner. It's a goal kick.
Well, Brennan is involved again now. He got involved in the last challenge with O'Callaghan and just couldn't control it here. Couldn't get it out of his feet. Certainly no hint of a penalty in it. And Beckett was always leaning back and underneath.
Didn't know where the ball had gone. It's come down to Bean and tried to lob the keeper.
He's been impressive for me since he's come on, and he's causing Delaney problems. I mean, Delaney's much bigger than him, but he's got a little bit more muscle. Reacts fastest here, and I think this is audacious but a brilliant attempt because he saw Ford just off his line and went for the dip and volley. Bean's doing well.
The ball has disappeared into the crowd, not to return. Souvenir of the night that Cork won the league. The question mark is still at the end of it, but who knows? Well, the ball hadn't gone into the crowd, it got stuck at the top of the net, and now it's in the crowd. John O'Flynn playing ball boy. Decisive header by Alan Bennett. Back to forward again. Is that a back pass? No, it came off his knee.
I cannot believe that that's not been penalised. I mean, unusual for Hutton to knee it back to the goalkeeper, but it was clearly a pass back to his minder, and it should have been pounced on.
Well, here come Derry now with McGlynn. McGlynn. Brennan, and it bounced off Martin, and it's gone harmlessly away.
It would have been controversial if Terry had scored off that, because it was clearly a back pass from Hutton. I mean, there was no other place he could go. And watch him use his knee, just go back to forward. There you go, just kneed it back. And that's destined for nobody else.
Push them up. And beaten there by O'Donovan. And fouled by O'Donovan. Free kick to Derry. Kick is against Derry this time. Now Cork can push up. Still terrific support from the Derry fans. Approach half an hour at Turner's Cross. Cork City 1, Derry City 0. O'Callaghan. Carney looking for O'Flynn. It's away by McCallion. Straight back there again by Dan Murray. O'Donovan, lovely control. Here's Horgan in support. Looking for O'Flynn, headed away by McCallion. Bennett. Morgan, but it's come nonetheless to O'Donovan. Gamble. Carney just losing out to McGlynn. Where he takes no chances.
It's been controlled from Cork. You know, with the goal they look comfortable now. They're knocking it about better than Derry. And this is lovely, isn't it, from Roy O'Donovan? Beautiful skill.
By McGlynn.
That's what Cork have to keep doing as well. Get the two wingers who've been lively. Two of them have been bright, Carney and O'Donovan. Get them fed nice and early. Don't dally and don't overplay it in midfield. Get it to their feet, because we've seen already they don't need to beat a man to get a good ball in. Two good crosses.
Speaking to everybody, and land a goal kick to Derry City. Remarkable transformation by Stephen Kenny. Took over the 19th of August last year. They began this season as 33-1 outsiders to win the title, and they're going toe-to-toe with one of the favourites, Cork City, right at the wire. Aspect of the game that Derry try to profit from, but just the edginess about the delivery from the free kicks, and that's on from Fian, comes across the cover. All the years of experience to make the tackle, get it away.
I think he'd be relieved, Peter Hutton, as well, because I don't think he was too proud of his attempt forward. I mean, it's happened a couple of times now. Derry look a little edgy, but he certainly made up for it with a good tackle.
Still, it's Cork in possession. O'Callaghan trying to hoist it for O'Donovan. It's up in the air from Argan. So by Derry, but back it comes once again from Cork. Danny Murphy. Dan Murray. Argan. Gary Beckett. McCallion's made a good run here, and Beckett saw it coming and picked him out well. McCallion. McGlynn. Brennan. Passed an awful lot of Derry there. That's been the difference. Derry struggling to maintain the possession. Cork look altogether more composed. But in the midst of it all, there's a foul. And it's Eddie McCallion who's getting a talking to from the referee.
I think Derry just look a little frustrated at times. You know, they're trying to string a few passes together, but it's not quite working out for them. And I've got to make sure they maintain their discipline and, you know, don't do anything. So one or two of them seem to be a little agitated now.
Derry have got the throw, which I don't think is the right decision, and indeed the referee has overruled his assistant. Well, think of the journey they've had, and think of the journey that faces them. It's they're really a very loyal group of supporters. Only 500 of them could get tickets for here, but it's more than that in the city of Cork tonight. Dare say a few of them are having a look at RTE2 right now. But they're having a look at their team defending again. Marty's corner, well taken by Ford. Referee saw pushing. Free kick to Derry City.
I think it was O'Flynn was just standing a little too close to Ford for the referee's like, and he's trying to impede his jump.
O'Callaghan. Delaney there to send it back. Murray. Carney. O'Flynn, lovely control by Carney. O'Flynn trying to get Behan going. And Behan's persistence has forced possession of the throw by Peter Hutton.
He's strong, Behan, robust, physical, not making it easy for the two centre-backs.
Murphy gets the throw. Derry have won it back. Well, it's deemed to be a foul. It wasn't shoulder to shoulder. Don't mess with Dan Murray.
I think he was probably trying to claim it was shoulder to shoulder on Farron, but he certainly didn't mess about. Oh, I think it was a bit more than that.
A bit more to the elbow to rib cage. No malice intended. But a free kick awarded. away by Bennett. Argan did well to maintain the possession. Derry, a little interception by Carney. Challenged by Delaney. Carney's tough into the challenge once more. O'Callaghan giving it away. McCallion. The uncompromising Murray said, get it out of there.
Yeah, I think Cork, you know, on occasion have complicated things a little bit by trying to play it to O'Callaghan. You know he's good and you can play it to him in tight areas, but, you know, I'm not sure it's always wise because Derry are trying to close him down very quickly, knowing he has the ability to pick a pass if you let him turn and get space.
Now, of course, we do have a man-of-the-match competition with tickets to the FAI Cup final to be won. There's the number. We needed the player's number, I thought. Dara said beforehand. Anyway, you can take part. On now for O'Flynn. Cleared away by Hargan. Throw in.
That's another lovely move, and I just think it's another illustration that Cork have been a bit sprightlier in everything they've done. I mean, I think if O'Donovan just gambles a little bit and makes a run forward, he might well have gotten on the end of that, but he just held his run.
Bean did well to dig it out. Here comes Campbell. Hot shot to the end from Carney. Saved by Ford.
Again, Bean though involved, you know, played a lovely ball across, crying out to be hit. Not the best to strike. It took a little deflection, which took that little bit more off it. And luckily for Ford, it didn't go either side of him. It's comfortable.
So still Cork in the ascendant. Argan. Brennan. By O'Callaghan. They've been at it once or twice.
Well, he's been a little loose, hasn't he? I commented earlier on O'Callaghan, you know, putting his foot in when he didn't really need. And again, you know, it's not the area to do something like that. Stand your ground. He's going nowhere.
And against a team like Derry City, who have the ability from the set piece, this is what they're playing for. If they can't find a goal any other way, well, you can do it the way you've practiced it again and again and again. Here we go. Just too high. Gareth McGlynn.
You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get it into the opposite corner from Devine, but just didn't get his dip.
Bean's got the better of Delaney. Flynn trying to get in there. McCallion clears. Campbell again, but too many red and white shirts around. There was advantage being played there that didn't come to pass, which is why the whistle has sounded.
Now Derry need a better delivery forward. They've been in this position a few times and it's not been up to par. There's another one. I mean, that's been a disappointing aspect of their play. I think in open play, Cork look far the more comfortable team on the pitch, and Derry are not making good use of what they're good at, the set plays.
Another one to defend. Clive Delaney's had a tough time since Behan's come on, because he's a bigger, more physical kind of player than Neil Fenn, who he replaced. At the throw. Murray, Callahan, off Delaney's head. Gamble, tenacious. O'Flynn. Carney couldn't quite make it. The clearance goes straight back to Cork again. Murphy. Morgan. O'Donovan. Taking on Harden. Still O'Donovan. Still O'Donovan.
They're having a good time on the wing, and I mean, he has that bonus of being able to cut inside the fullback. The fullback thinks he's going to go down the outside. Morgan, he's able to come in like that. I thought he could have hit it before then. I mean, in the end, I think he made it very difficult for himself. He could have hit it much earlier than that. But he's doing well, very effective. Cork are both wings.
His was the cross, Roy O'Donovan, that gave John O'Flynn the chance to score. That's the goal that separates the sides with a minute and a half to half-time. Delaney's foot was high. O'Flynn's head made contact, or was it his back?
And when Delaney puts his foot up, it is high. Very high.
Only 6'5", Clive Delaney.
Nobody complained about this. There's no doubt in that.
There's a free kick. Ball was moving. Let's take it again. That's a rare one from Cork, Dan Murray. Thump it up without too much precision. Derry have the throw. The first half ticks away. Callahan having to let it go for the throw.
You see a big blow to Derry conceding. And they don't have to go hell for leather to try and get back into this game. You know, they know that. Bit of patience, a goal can come off a set piece or anything, but I think they've got to pick it up, because I think Cork have been far superior in everything they've done. They've looked to have more appetite.
Flynn, O'Donovan. Took it away from Hargan again, it's still O'Donovan. Ford just went down to make sure that he had the angles right.
Well, if Derry keep allowing Roy O'Donovan to cut inside on his left foot like that, then sooner or later they'll pay. It was an attempt in the end without any real conviction, and Ford knew it was going wide. He just kind of fell, kept his hands out of the way. But equally, you know, it's 1-0 is not the greatest lead for Cork, and they've got to keep applying the pressure and need a second.
An only minute of added time has elapsed. Steve McKeown surely will have a whistle shortly. Nothing will come of that Cork attack. A good hard look at the two watches. And whistle to the lips. Half-time at Turner's Cross. John O'Flynn, 20 seconds, a header just skimmed over the bar. 17 minutes into the net it went from Roy O'Donovan's cross. A highly satisfactory first half from Cork City. despite the loss of Neil Fenn to injury. Half-time at Turner's Cross. Cork City 1, Derry City 0. It's Cork's advantage to the chase for the title.
I'm joined by Derry assistant manager Paul Hegarty. Paul, you didn't have to score to win the league at the start of this game. Now you do. Has that changed your approach?
It hasn't changed our approach. We came here to try and win the match. In fairness, the first half Cork have been the better side, you know, and we're happy enough. I mean, it could maybe have been another goal down as well, you know. But the second half, I think we'll have a go in the second half again, you know. Just Cork's played well. We haven't performed tonight so far, but I think we'll be different in the second half.
Have you been unhappy with the delivery of the ball into the box by Derry?
No, I think we looked a wee bit nervy on the ball, you know. I think occasionally maybe Scott one or two of the players a wee bit, you know. But hopefully in the second half, now they've got that out of their system, hopefully in the second half will be a lot better.
Should we expect changes?
There'll be no changes now at half time, no.
Okay, thanks very much indeed for joining us. That's Paul. Back to you, Dara.
Okay, well, that is Paul Hegarty chatting with Tony O'Donoghue. As we've seen, Cork City very much in charge here in the first half. John O'Flynn's goal after 18 minutes. The difference between the sides. Derry, I think, with one shot on target, and that was over the bar from a free kick. So a lot of work to do for them and for Stephen Kenny at half-time. Cork in the driving seat. Have they one hand on this trophy, or will it slip back into Derry's grasp? We'll see. We'll have analysis after this break.
Last time we played them at home, we beat them for the first time in over 20 years.
It's been a long time coming. This one was well deserved.
Now they're back. Ireland v Australia, Saturday at 2:10 on RTE2.
So good, the Danes hate to see it leave.
For a different view, the Irish Examiner.
This place is huge.
This way, this way.
Wow, this place is big.
Uh-huh.
So how many pictures are here?
Just about all of them.
Smile.
This fire burned every picture we ever owned.
But they're still here.
Digital.
Digital?
Dad? The picture's ringing.
The man is an artist.
No, he's a dentist. We're from the 1893 World's Fair.
Digital restoration. That way.
Thank you.
This place is cool. What's it called?
We call it Kodak.
Kodak.
Cinéma.
Television.
Haute cuisine.
The sandwich.
Jules Verne, Jean-Paul Sartre, Baudelaire.
Shakespeare.
The new Clio, twice the va-va-voom.
The most romantic city in the world.
Let's see.
Now there's a new way to buy Sky TV, so you only pay for the kind of TV you want to watch. For instance, if you like a laugh but don't want movies, and love documentaries but don't want music, you can now build a Sky package to suit you. From just $10.75 a month for the first 3 months. Sky. What do you want to watch?
If you're self-employed, you have to make your own success. But when you wind it all right back, through every stage of the process, all your plans, your meetings, every business success usually begins with a single moment a single call. In business, you can't put a price on those calls, but we can. If you're self-employed, you can save up to 37% on your bill with our new Vodafone Perfect Fit for Business price plans. Vodafone, make the most of now.
Welcome back to Turner's Cross. The Cork City fans here, and there are an awful lot of them, around 7,000, maybe even 8,000. Happier at half-time. They lead by a goal to nil. Dave Barry and Felix Healy with us. Dave, happy man, I'm sure, at half-time?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think Cork City have grown into this occasion very well. I think the occasion is really getting to Derry. They can't get the ball down, they can't pass the ball. I think Cork City are thriving at it. I think coming into the game, that's the way they're playing. Cork City had to win the game. Yeah. They've gone out from the front and gone on to win it. As I said before the game, Derry knew a draw would do them. They're playing like a draw would do them, but it'll be a different second half. They have to come out and score.
Absolutely. Felix, of course, there's always the chance, well, it's just one goal for Derry City, but you mentioned this on the coverage last week against St. Pat's up at the Brandywell, that you've seen Derry play a lot like this. They just haven't got the passing game going, and they've still come out the winning side in some of the previous games.
Derry aren't, and from a football sense, they're not a football team. They're very methodical, very hard-working, very determined, and an honest group of lads. You couldn't get a more honest group of lads. But they played a lot like that in a lot of games this year, and they've got a set piece that's changed the game. They've capitalised on a mistake, got back into the match. But today, Cork started off the first 15 minutes with a terrific tempo. I think Clive Delaney's had a very, very poor 45 minutes. I think the whole back four looks unsettled. The first chance that O'Flynn had right in the first 2 minutes with a header, Clive Delaney was caught out at the corner flag. Yeah. The goal he was caught, wasn't picking O'Flynn up either. And he's been very, very hesitant and looked very uncomfortable. The young lads in the Derry team, right across the middle four, you have McGlynn, Derry and Killenbrennan. They're only kids. Yes. They're learning. And they're finding Gamble and O'Callaghan a handful out there today. The only time the Derry look like they're going to get it down and play is when Gary Becker gets the ball. When Gary doesn't get the ball, Gary's the guy that delivers for Farran. Sure. And Derry can be very direct in that that's the way that they play, unless it's a set play. And if you can stop Gary Beckett, then you'll nullify Farran to a great degree.
Let's have a look at the goal. Also, the speculation before the game about John O'Flynn and his fitness. This was a fabulous finish and a great cross too, Dave.
Yeah, I came from a throw-in by Liam Carney. John O'Flynn is involved in the move here. There's a very good ball to Neil Horgan, who always comes forward and tries to get involved. But this ball by Donovan, brilliant ball. John O'Flynn in between the two centre-backs, all alone, 6 yards out. Great header, bottom corner. Excellent finish. But I think it's no more than Cork City deserved. They had a lot of pressure before that. John O'Flynn had an earlier header, just went over the crossbar, and City deserved to be a goal up. They had a lot of chances in the first half. You're hoping maybe to get the second and probably kill the game, but it's still in the balance.
Absolutely. We're going to look at two more Cork chances and a Derry opportunity. They're only one of the half. Felix, the Behan shot was a lovely opportunity. Delaney again, not the smartest here.
Well, Behan's done exceptionally well since he come on. As I was saying last week, for a guy of his size, Clive Delaney doesn't win as many headers as he should do. And that's a ball you'd expect him to be heading at 30 yards back into the opposition half. But Behan has put himself about. He's a strong lad. He looks as if the occasion hasn't got to him. Yeah. He's looked as if he's taken his opportunity. The Cork lads have been up for it. Yeah. The Derry lads and the goal has knocked the stuffing out of them to a certain extent. They look it's funny enough, they looked, talking to them before the match, they were all up for it. They were really confident. Yeah. Rugby is fine. But as we all know, once the whistle goes, the second half, Stephen Kennedy's going to have to get the team talk of his life downstairs now. And they will find out what they're made of in the next 45 minutes.
They certainly will, a big 45 minutes ahead. Let's look at Liam Carney's opportunity, Dave. Great buzzer on the place when he gets on the ball. Nearly scored.
Again, it comes from throwing it deep in the Derry half. I think Dennis Behan again was involved. Tremendous play. And Liam comes hit right or left foot. Didn't connect very well with that. It got a slight deflection here, I think. But that's coming from constant pressure. I think Joe Gamble and George O'Connell in the middle of the park are really dominating the game. Sure. Definitely, the boys at the back, as Felix was saying, they're under pressure at the back, but really, Derry aren't getting out. They're not holding the ball, they're not passing the ball in the middle of the park. No. So the back four can't push out. It's like a training session really at times, for Cork City. But you know, that's the way this game is going.
That's the problem with Derry, in that they're not that kind of team. They're not the team that's going to pass. Like Cork, we've seen, will knock it around, they'll get it back, Kenty Campbell, O'Callaghan, they'll bring the full-backs into play and they'll get it and they'll change it and they'll have a bit of variation.
Yeah.
Derry are very methodical, very disciplined. It has worked for them this year. They've got a rub of the green in a lot of matches, but they need a wee bit more tonight.
Yeah, Felix, let's have a look at Midland's chance. This was the only Derry opportunity of the half, a free kick.
I mean, I'm surprised that it's the first opportunity that Derry have had to get all the big men forward, and they didn't use it a bit better. With all the big guns up forward, Horgan, Martin and Delaney at the back post, they didn't use them. But it's, as we always say, 1-0 is a dangerous lead.
Yeah,
and football's a funny old game.
It certainly is, and a long way to go here at Turner's Cross. We'll have more chat before the second half of the final game of the season, the game which will decide where this trophy is going, coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Ladies, I am up for it all the time.
Johnny Depp, Samantha Morton, Rosamund Pike, and John Malkovich, The Libertine.
Hey. Over here, big man. Nice one. You're really in there. Feeling a bit sick now. Surprised there's anything left to come up. Can't remember what happened. Trouble is, they can.
John?
What?
Take a look at this.
Ah, there's a severed finger in your chips.
No. Next to the finger.
Oh. Imagine broadband for $9.99 a month. Imagine that.
Available now. Local 1890 92 92 92.
Sure?
I'm good, thanks.
Call 1890 92 92 92.
It's the best value on the road today. It's a deal from Nissan Dealer Network. When you buy a new 06 Nissan Micra, Almera or Primera, you can exchange it for a brand new 2007 model absolutely free. Yes, Nissan's amazing double take offer is back by popular demand. Nissan Double Take at your local Nissan dealer now. Nissan Dealer Network. Drive a better deal.
Lads. Oi, Chris. Man over there.
El Mundo Nuevo.
Scoop. Technically, lads, we discovered this place, so Chris should really name it after us.
U.S.
Hey? You think that could happen? No.
The new world in the Amstel tradition.
Spielberg at his spellbinding best. War of the Worlds. Rent or buy it now at Xprovision. For a different view, the Irish Examiner.
Welcome back, 45 minutes away from the end of the league season. Here's Jim and George again, second half.
Yes, all set to go. Dave McKeown ready to blow the whistle. No changes on either side for the second half. It's Cork City 1, Derry City 0. And to remind you, Victory is a must for Cork. A draw would suffice for Derry. The 2005 Eircom League title is on the line. Well, Cork began with a bang in the first half. And my word, in 13 seconds of the second, Dennis Behan very nearly forced another goal.
He's been terrific. I mean, that looked like a lost cause for a long time. And Ford just dallied and dallied, didn't get it out of his feet. And in the end, that could have been highly embarrassing. I mean, you know, when you leave it this long and it hits the striker, closing it down, it can go anywhere. Just as well it was so wide.
Well, not the way Derry would have wished to assert themselves at the start of the second half. O'Donovan saw off the challenge of Horgan. Tell you what, Cork have begun exactly as they ended the first half, and if you were to base the destination of the trophy on what's unfolding in front of our eyes, you'd have to say Cork are on top, on the way.
George, Damien Richardson would have really reinforced that during his half-time team talk, because a second goal would be ideal for him. If not, the longer it goes on at 1-0, the more Cork start thinking about the league title, the more they're likely to retreat, get protective, and then it becomes risky.
Going to defend it now. Farron, who's had a quiet game, headed away by Murray, and it's Derry City's first corner.
See, that's all it takes. Derry know that they haven't played well, probably happy not to be further behind, and they're bound to pick it up second half. You know, they're far from out of this game, Derry.
And set pieces, may we remind you, are their strong point. Here's the corner. In goes Delaney. Cork City have defended it well.
Yeah, I think it was Peter Hutton just got his head on it, but it was slightly too high for him. He was always underneath it, couldn't control it, get it on target. But brave, you expect that from your centre-backs. There he is coming in far post. Probably just jumped a little too early. A lot of putties around him though, and very, very hard for him to get anything solid on it.
Back in defensive mode now, Peter Hutton. Right off Carney. Out for the throw to Derry. So O'Donovan. Horgan. Brennan, but it's gone straight to Behan. Couldn't quite get it to O'Donovan. Horgan forward. Derry ball. Mark Farron, Derry's top scorer. We just saw him caught out a shot there on the edge of the arc, at the edge of the penalty area. Meanwhile, we got a card for Roy O'Donovan. Was it something he said? Horgan takes the throw. A little bit of hesitancy there from Danny Murphy. It's all sorted out by Horgan. Delaney losing out to Behan. Behan for O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan for O'Flynn. And O'Flynn for Horgan. Horgan's challenge. Horgan's challenge. O'Callaghan once more. In goes Behan to put pressure on Delaney. Delaney's lost his footing. Delaney's just managed to recover. And in goes O'Donovan. That's a bad tackle on Horgan. And O'Callaghan shoots and Ford saves. And that's O'Donovan, who's just been booked for kicking the ball away, has left Sean Horgan on the ground. And at first sight, that was an awful tackle.
It looked bad. What does he do? Oh, he's gone over the top. He should be off the pitch for that. He's gone right over the top. Should be a second yellow card. And having just received the first for kicking the ball away, as you say, he's an extremely lucky young man. And he's one that definitely don't want to lose, because he had a cracking first half, Roy O'Donovan.
The referee is having a word with Gary Beckett, who is also going to be booked.
think probably for saying to the referee, where's the yellow card when O'Donovan put the tackle in just now? He had a point. Just watch him. Does he make an attempt to play the ball? No, he's just gone right in with his right foot. I'm sorry, but that should be...
No, I'm with you all the way. Roy O'Donovan is very fortunate to stay on the pitch. And instead, Gary Beckett gets a yellow card. Awful tackle. He's already just been booked.
Well, I'm sure Stephen Kenny got into his players at half-time to get him to try and lift it, but if they need an incentive, there it is now. That should rile them.
Hargan's back. It may not have been much of an injury that he suffered, but that was no thanks to the nature of the challenge. Delaney. That's to try and get McGlynn away. Well defended by Danny Murphy. Bean. Pulled back by Delaney. Free kick against the Derry defender, and that is the act of a man who knows he's in trouble.
Yeah, he's not looked relaxed all night long. I mean, as Felix said at half-time, there's a couple of balls there he should have been heading 30 yards back down the pitch and wasn't. But you know, Bean has been a big... Look at the touch. Beautiful first touch. Again, and the little pullback. I think Bean has been a class act since he came on.
Free kick from Murray. O'Callaghan. That was Carney. It's McCallion now. Derry trying to football their way out of trouble. Beckett. Goalkeeper's left his goal, and that's why Dan Murray had to dispatch it into the crowd. Beckett. That's Carney. That was McCallion, and then it's Murphy. And it was a handball. The assistant had the flag up straight away. Handball against Eddie McCallion. In case you are wondering, yes, he does have a brother, Tommy, who did play, but is now with Institute in the Irish League, the team from Drumahoe, just on the Belfast Road out of Derry. And there's another late challenge. Go to Cork. Murphy. Delaney forwards. It's Carney. Dispossessed by Beckett. Trying to find Farron, cut out by Murray. Murphy. Onto it goes Derry. McGlynn. Short pass. Given away. O'Donovan. One back by McGlynn, but he didn't seem to know where the ball was. O'Donovan, Bennett. Derry putting the pressure on now. And let it not be forgotten that a draw is enough for Derry, so it's only one goal they need. And the free kick against Alan Bennett for the manner in which he challenged Gary Beckett.
I mean, he was just up a little too early. He didn't give Beckett a chance to jump all over him.
Well, the first half didn't work out too well, the set piece for Derry City. But they scored 2 from dead ball situations against St. Pat's last Saturday. Cork defend that one. Carney deceived by the pitch. Kieran Martin has had a quiet game for Derry. Farron's offside. Yeah, you have to say that the key men for Derry that they pointed up before the game and they haven't been doing it for whatever reason. He's one, Mark Farron, and Kieran Martin in the midfield is another. Hutton the winner there. Back again by O'Callaghan. O'Flynn. O'Callaghan. Horgan. O'Donovan. Whistle sounds. O'Donovan gives away the free. Brennan rather gives away the free kick. O'Donovan wins it.
Yeah, but I think Stephen Kenny has pressed home at half-time again. You need to be just a little more aggressive in the tackle. Let's have a little more grit and determination. A bit too much then from Brennan, but I think they've got the idea, Derry. They've got to start competing with that Cork midfield, stop them dominating.
Danny Murphy just ran away from Bean, who was offside anyway. It's a goal kick.
He's had a fine game, Danny Murphy. He's looked very convincing, very impressive defensively, and you know, he's not afraid to have a dabble up front. Ambitious pass in the end for Bean, but again, very positive.
Delaney got the better of Bean on that occasion. Dan Murray. And you can see he wanted to direct it away from the goal just in case. But Michael Devine, who's had an evening as a spectator, basically, had to do a little bit of work there. Now, we did tell you have a chance to win 2 tickets to the FAI Cup final, Lansdowne Road, on fortnight on Sunday as a man of the match competition, and if you would like to take part, we'll be giving you the details. There they are. Text the player's name to 57111 or phone the player's number to 1515 71 71 82. Text the name, call the number. Thank you. Hargan. Eventually it was Brennan who put it out of play. It's Neil Horgan. Flynn's won another throw for Cork. Just nicked away by Kieran Martin, retrieved by George O'Callaghan. O'Callaghan swinging it in there. Close enough to Ford for him to take it with ease. Good challenge there by Danny Murphy. O'Callaghan once more. Murphy goes to the decoy run. O'Callaghan just overran it there. It's Delaney who steps out of the defence. That will go all the way through to Michael Devine. Tony O'Donoghue's on the touchline.
Yes, Stephen Flynn and his assistant Paul Hegarty have been looking at this game. They've decided it's time for a change. Pat McCord is about to join the fray. He'll enter for Sean Hargan.
Well, that is a very bold and positive move by the Derry management. Pat McCord is a winger. Northern Ireland under-21 international. An exciting player and an impact substitute. And Sean Hargan is the left back. Player, Pat McCord.
Well, again, I think Stephen Kenny will have looked at the second half, and Derry haven't really made an impact going forward again. Cork looking fairly comfortable again at the back, so you don't want to miss your chance.
Headed away by Horgan, helped on by Carney. Bean. Urgency from Kieran Martin. Nice from Brennan, on from Martin. Horgan challenges. Is that a foul by Martin? Neil Horgan not very happy with the challenge. Referee happy to keep his card in his pocket.
Yeah, I think it was innocuous enough. I mean, Martin knew what he was doing. He's just had a little flick, clip the heels. But, doesn't really warrant a yellow card. Just get on with it. Sensible referee.
now the substitution will be made, right on the quarter hour of the second half. Sean Hargan leaves. Paddy McCourt makes his entrance.
Yeah, that just means that Killian Brennan will drop to left back. And McCourt will try and just give him a little more on the left flank.
Delaney against Bean. That's come to O'Donovan, on again from Bean. Good ball. It's Bean. Cut back. Carney! What a goal by Cork City! Bring the shed to life. Wonderful play by Dennis Bean and Liam Carney and Roy O'Donovan. And a textbook finish from Carney to a wonderful move. Derry make the attacking substitution. Cork go and score again. Looks like the title's on its way to Leeside.
Well, just after the substitutions made to give Derry something more. Beautiful football, I think, from Cork between O'Donovan, Bean, cracking pullback from him. And I think it's great to see Carney, you know, didn't stay loitering on the left-hand side. He's got in there where it matters, and he's produced a lovely little finish into the far corner. But Bean, I've been singing his praises since he came on all night long. What an impact he's made for Cork. And that's a smashing little finish, and exactly what they wanted, and fully deserved.
Cork City 2, Derry City 0. Liam Carney's third Eircom League goal of the season. Wonderful goal. Two fine goals. Let us not forget Roy O'Donovan was involved in both. It's funny how things work. Bean was not in the manager's plans for tonight because of an injury to Neil Fenn, and he's the star of the show. Card for John O'Flynn.
I think it was O'Callaghan got that one, George.
Oh, it was O'Callaghan. We reckon it was George O'Callaghan.
Yeah, I think the referee intimated that was for persistent fouling.
With the game, but Cork break out once more. O'Donovan looking for Carney. Taken past the Derry player, but the assistant referee Martin Maloney saw malicious intent, and the card comes out for the new left back Killian Brennan, and it's now beginning to unravel a bit for Derry. Yellow card for George O'Callaghan, the second Cork player to get a card. And meanwhile, Killian Brennan has been booked, the third Derry player to be yellow carded in a match that has not been played in an angry spirit by any means. Despite everything that's at stake, it's been a great occasion, and I think the shed is where you might want to be if you're a football fan, as long as it's not Derry colours you're wearing, because then your mood will be rather more sombre. Carney. O'Donovan. Is it three? No, great save! And a wonderful clearance by McCallion. David Ford and Eddie McCallion have kept Derry City in this match. Roy O'Donovan can't believe it.
Well, you never know, do you, if you're a Derry fan? And I mean, if they are to turn things around, this will have a crucial bearing. Again, smashing little ball from Carney. That's a brilliant save from Ford. And what a follow-up from McCallion.
Well, it was all Cork in the first half. Derry came out for the second to try and take it to them. They nearly conceded in the opening minute of the second half, and then they did concede right on the hour, and they nearly conceded another. But the masterful David Ford, with the assistance of Eddie McCallion rather, has kept Derry in it. But a high foot on Liam Carney means a free kick to Cork.
I mean, O'Donovan, when he was through here, he's tried to pick a spot. And I think it's wonderful because it's close to Ford for him to get down and get a good strong hand on it. And I think Bean thought he had his goal after all his hard work tonight, but great defending from McCallion.
And now they've got to defend again.
It's been impressive by Cork. I mean, it's unrelenting from them.
Well, the shed is ready to acclaim another. It's Bean to take. Well, he didn't get the angle right, but disappointed, but nonetheless, it's a long way distant in the end.
Yeah, you always look at the keeper and things like that, and he looked very, very happy with the situation, and you can see why on the replay.
Eddie McCallion out of play. Throw into Cork.
I think Damien Richardson always loves to play with a little bit of style, and I think he would have been proud of this because it was very, very incisive. Good movement, good passing, good vision from his players. And Carney, who just hasn't stopped running since this match began.
He's been in football 40 years. He's won 4 cups. He's never won a league.
Tell you what, George, if he loses it from here, he's going to need some picking up.
But if he does win, he'll probably be on the tiles. Gotta go for a goal kick. And of course, as we were saying earlier, the portents aren't in Derry's favour. They did knock Cork out of the FAI Cup in October 02, the semi-final stage, but that's been their only win at this venue since September 2000. There's the Shed. This is the last night it will host the Cork Commandos, as they call themselves, 84. But there'll be a spanking new stand with new dressing room facilities at that end when it's completed by next June or July. And still to a foul by Roy O'Donovan on Killian Brennan.
Well, you know, a couple of things have gone in Cork's favour as well. The fact that O'Donovan stayed on the pitch when he could easily have walked. And just as Derry had made the last substitution, Cork went straight in and scored. You know, got behind him in that left side of the defence where things were changed about. And here's another.
Alan Murphy from the production line in Mayo comes on for Kevin Derry. Former Galway player. We reached the midway point of the second half. The Eircom League trophy is removed from our studio to be taken to the touchline, the presentation podium, in preparation for the handing over. But will the ribbons be green and white or red and white?
I touched it before the game began. It's the closest I ever got to it. I got a second once in my Shamrock Rovers days, but that was it.
But you went on, you won bigger things, and you can watch Derry attack and still have a chance with McCourt. Oh, what a save by Devine! Devine's still there, cleared away by Bennett, rather, I should say. What a save that was by Michael Devine. There's Beckett, headed away by Murray. That was a chance again, defended this time by Horgan. Delaney. Put under pressure by O'Donovan. And McGlynn couldn't bring it under control. It's a goal kick for Cork City. But what a fabulous save by Devine from McCourt.
Yeah, the goalkeeper had to react to it, but to be honest, it was a great chance for McCourt. I don't know, maybe it surprised him a little bit. McGlynn does brilliantly well to cut in on his left foot. Great ball, far post. The marking's non-existent. There's kind of a close your eyes and hope header there. I thought McCourt should have scored, but well done, Devine. You know, he got in the way. There was all sorts of room for McGlynn to get it in, and there was a lot more room there, wasn't it? And he headed it straight in the keeper's direction. That would have changed things, wouldn't it? Had that gone in.
Well, we've had masterful moments from both goalkeepers in the second half. Still 2-0. 2-0 is enough for Cork City. Well enough for Cork City. See, with the meanest defence in the Eircom Premier. This kick by Delaney, cleared by Hutton.
But it gives Derry something to cling to, because it was the first time we saw a bit of imagination in their play going forward, a little bit of invention. You know, McGlynn provided it, and I think McCourt should have converted.
Stephen Kenny and Paul Hegarty have taken 2 new cards to the deck. Some achievement, though, for 33-1 outsiders to be in this situation. And who would have believed it when the fixtures were drawn that there would be so much riding on this game at the end of the season? Cork against Derry. Mind you, there have been some wonderful Cork-Derry fixtures down the years, and so appropriate that 2 teams have with such great support should be the 2 who are battling it out, and 2 teams from outside the capital. The appeal of the Eircom League down the country is enduring. Well, of course, maybe we should acknowledge we're in the southern capital, the real capital, as they'd say here, and if they win this league, well, they'll have that to say as well, that they're champions. Cork throw. Very impressive their possession football tonight, Cork City. Derry have not looked to be at the same level. Less than 20 minutes remain. 1 point is enough for Derry, but that translates into 2 goals at this point. On the touchline, Tony O'Donoghue.
Well, I just want to explain, George, and maybe translate the Shed, the famous Shed, have been singing there now. Stay off the pitch, you're having a laugh, if the title is to go to Cork.
I'm not still sure whether I understand that fully now. But we're grateful, Tony, anyway. Derry will battle on to the very finish. Morgan in ahead of McCourt. Foul by Bean on Brennan. Set piece for Derry, potential profit, hung up in there, headed away by, well, it seemed to me to take a touch off Bennett, but obviously it was Farron who last got there.
Yeah, I think it was the wrong option for him in the end, because he's coming away from goal and he's on the edge of the box. It's going to take something miraculous to get it in from there. To be honest, he was shoved as well at the last moment, but should be looking to help that on, I think.
So it was definitely a last touch by Mark Farron, and a goal kick is the correct decision. Cork City, the current manifestation of Premier League football in Cork, came into existence in the 80s. Indeed, Derry City came into the League of Ireland as it was in 85. Cork City have only won the title once, 1993. And if you've been following the league long enough, you'll probably recall that it was at the RDS in those days, way back then, when Shamrock Rovers used it as their home. Shamrock Rovers, how times change, involved in the relegation playoff next week. And of course, there's all that controversy there as well. And at present, the team is in the charge of Alan O'Neill, and when last we heard, they were 2-0 up at Belfield, which is a good way to start your career as a caretaker manager. Derry City still have something to go for here. It's Paddy McCourt. Just ran away from him. Stephen O'Flynn, Derry's last card. Tony.
Former Cork City player, of course, he's coming in for Kieran Martin. He has scored against Cork in the past. Derry will be hoping he can do it now.
He also scored for Cork against Derry in the 2-0 win here. Hey. Bean, that's a foul.
was enough on it there, but it's just, again, another example of the nuisance he's been all night, because he's given both Delaney and Hutton many problems with his physical presence.
So here is Stephen O'Flynn. Yes, he scored in that match at the Brandywell when they won 3-1 back in August. It went very differently for Derry on that occasion. It hasn't really gone for them at all here. 15 minutes to go. Cork City led for so long, and then it stuttered a bit when the finishing line came into view. But there's been clear determination on their part not to let this one slip. Delaney intercepting. Hutton there. And a foul by Bean on Hutton.
Yeah, and obviously the second goal for Cork had a huge bearing on them psychologically as well, because at this stage, had they still retained that 1-0 lead, they could have been just getting a little edgy, but you know, that was all dismissed with Carney's strike.
And O'Donovan has taken it off the toe of Brennan. Beans through the middle. O'Donovan as Brennan chases back, and so too does Murphy. So O'Donovan, saved by Ford.
That's a good save too, you know. He's been very impressive tonight by O'Donovan, and that's a good break. I mean, Derry, poor passing, gave Cork the chance to counter, and once he got in this position, Murphy did well not to dive in and do something stupid, but tried to just outfox Ford, didn't he, near post, but good stop.
Murphy has injured himself in the process, and this isn't good news for Derry, because they've used all three substitutes. So he's manhandled off the pitch, and Cork will continue with the throw-in, the corner rather. Getting back to try and make the block caused the problem, and a worrying moment for Derry City. 10 men, no further substitute available. Carney will take the corner. Hit very deep. McCourt's header. O'Callaghan's in there, but it just bounced through the Ford. On the final night of the Eircom Premier. Look out for your team. Maybe it's here. Maybe it's Cork. Maybe you're about to celebrate. Two cups with Shamrock Rovers. He won 2 cups as a manager with Shelbourne, and both those teams are having satisfactory nights, and the team that he's managing tonight is having a satisfactory night. Delaney with the block, another corner to Cork City.
I think a big factor in as well, George, is that Cork City took to the field second half and imposed themselves on the game again on Derry. There's Bean once more getting the flick on for O'Flynn.
Corner from Carney. Ford decisive. Wants to release it early, but he's thrown it straight to Gamble. Gamble commits the foul. Foul. McGlynn, free kick to Derry.
They need something fast, don't they, Derry? They really need get the ball in the box, and you know, since they brought Stephen O'Flynn on, he hasn't really been given anything to go at.
There's Murphy, who's obviously recovered. Now Brennan. Down from Farron. Beckett couldn't reach it. It's more Murphy. Brennan. Delaney's joined the attack, and they're nearly through there. In the end, Michael Devine didn't look too fussed about what was threatening him.
Well, is it Farron that just makes the run around the back? Now, if he got something on it, could have been problems. the end, it was easy for Devine.
Danny Murphy. Bean. And fouled McCallion. Delaney's up with the attack now. It's all or nothing for Derry City. And Hutton's the only defender back there. But there's not much point defending at 2-0 down. Layoff by Delaney. Gamble's in there to take it away from O'Flynn. And now it's Carney off again. And frustration beginning to show for Derry City at the other end. Farron and Murphy had words. Gamble, Carney. Back by McCallion.
I think Carney has tended to go down a little easy for the referees, like him once or twice, and that's why he waved that one away.
Throw into Derry. Cleared by Derry. So Donovan. And out of play. Throw to Derry City. Offside. More discussion about Roy Keane in the Premiership tomorrow night. If you've been busy all day and haven't heard, he's left Manchester United. Contract terminated. Mutual consent, they said. So no more Roy at Old Trafford. At Turner's Cross, Tony O'Donoghue has news from the dugouts.
Yeah, there's going to be no more Roy for Cork City either. Roy O'Donovan, who's played so well, is coming off, and he'll be replaced by Colin O'Brien.
So Callahan to send Carney away. Carney, lovely play around McCallion. McCallion's lost his footing, two in the middle for him. It's Carney. Carney. Oh, I think he's caught in two minds between two options there. Bean was waiting to pounce, and it would surely have been no more than justice had Dennis Bean scored for Cork. Another wonderful run by Carney.
Superb by Carney. He's been a real nuisance to the Derry defence, particularly second half. He got the first cross of the match in as well for John O'Flynn. And Bean was in a perfect position, you're right, George. And I mean, as soon as the ball went astray there, Bean was the first one to let Carney know, you've got to look up and take me out.
Dennis Bean, 13 starts and 3 substitute appearances before tonight, and real impact he's made. I mean, Colin O'Brien is on now for Cork City. Roy O'Donovan, as you heard Tony say, is the man who's gone off. 6 minutes to go. Trouble for George O'Callaghan. They have one more substitute they can use. But I wouldn't think George would wish to leave this party that's developing. Derry City have a corner, only their second corner of the game. At the risk of sounding repetitious, set pieces, Derry's success this season. Corner from O'Flynn. Hoisted very high. At the back, it's Beckett. Wouldn't come down for Delaney. Cleared away by Bean.
He's having that kind of night, isn't he, Bean? You know, he's practically won everything that has been played up to him up front. And again, it falls to him there from the corner for the clearance. But again, look at the hunger of the Cork players still to get after the ball, make sure there are no slip-ups. I mean, you've got to admire that in their performance tonight. Derry just, one of those evenings, didn't get out of the blocks.
And let's not forget either Cork with the meanest defence in the Premier League. This is their 33rd game, of course. They've conceded only 18 goals. That's nearly just a goal every other game. Manner of the task facing Derry. Not to forget that 3 of those goals were scored by Derry in the league in August. Here's Beckett. Stopped in the end by Danny Murphy. It's come out as far as Alan Murphy of Derry. McGlynn. Alan Murphy towards Delaney. He's offside.
I think he knows as well. There's no protest whatsoever. Shouldn't have been caught because he's looking across the line.
More used to shepherding the line forward, catch the opposition offside. Oh well, that's a sight and a half, and one we won't see again after tonight. Though undoubtedly what replaces the shed will become home from home for all who follow Cork City. The banks have never sounded sweeter, and the banks will be a happy place to be tonight, you feel. Just over 3 minutes of regulation time remain. Cork City 2, Derry City 0. Devine out to claim it. Bean against Delaney, he deceived him. It's Bean still. Tried to get it down to O'Callaghan, but it's Gamble who comes to it. Gamble for Carney. Carney for Gamble again. Danny Murphy. Carney taking on McCallion. This time McCallion gets the better of him. It's a throw to Cork. Final moments, and what about this? Damien obviously feels that this is the moment that the league is going to be won, and Derek Corlin, such a stalwart defender for Cork City over the years, is going to be on the pitch when Cork win the title. Now at the veteran stage, now a man who doesn't hold down a regular place at the back anymore, but he's going on for the last few minutes in place of Cork's top scorer in the league, John O'Flynn.
Yeah, lovely gesture by Damien Richardson, and you know, just a sign of Cork's domination tonight, that they're in a position to do that. Those kind of things are a bonus.
He hasn't had a chance to play that much this season at all. The last start of the match for Cork against Drogheda, or was it UCD the week before? My mistake, it was UCD earlier on in the campaign, but it was very much a part as an extra that he had in this championship campaign. But he's on the pitch now, Derek Corlin. That's a foul, and it's not by the defender. Delaney putting himself about, gets a yellow card. The physical presence hasn't been rewarded with anything tangible. It's still 2-0.
He was just looking to play Bennett. In fact, the decision has gone the other way. It's not Delaney been penalised at all.
Well, that's not the way it looked to begin with. But in fact, the free kick has been awarded to Derry. And it's final minute. Almost out. We're about to enter time added on. There'll be 3 minutes to be added. Oh! Brennan hit the bar. O'Flynn. Pandemonium in front of the Cork goal. Cleared by Hogan. Brennan, who took the free kick, has it again. Brennan still. Won the corner.
Good block, cracking free kick. I just wonder whether Devine got a little touch on it. I don't think he sees it till quite late. No, he didn't. He didn't, struck the bar.
Here's the corner, here's McCourt. Goal kick to Cork.
Well, again, clever by Derry to play it short to McCourt. Cork weren't expecting that. You know, it's in a lot of space. Cork just struck a little too deep and again got fortunate. Late surge from Derry, but doesn't look as if it's going to be enough.
Throw to Derry.
George, I think my man of the match tonight has to be Dennis Bean. Since he came on for Neil Fenn, probably wasn't expected, but I think he's done remarkably well. I think he's held the ball up for Cork all night. Good first touch, brought people into play, and he played a wonderful part in the second goal for Carney, which was a big goal for Cork on the night. I think he's been superb.
Colin O'Brien on the ball now. Dennis Bean, who's played half of Cork's matches, 13 starts, 4 substitute appearances, including tonight, came on in the 10th minute for the injured Neil Fenn and played 80 minutes so effectively, and it's been a huge part of Cork's success on this night, and underlining the value of a strong squad through the season, because he's played, as I say, half the fixtures, half the 33, played in 17 of them. It hasn't all been about tonight, it's been about what the foundations that Cork laid. It's Gamble now. Throw into Cork City. But even if they did stutter a little bit towards the end, only 8 points out of 15 in the 5 matches before tonight. They're heading for the 3 points in this match that will secure just their second Eircom League championship and the very first league title in 40 years of football as player and manager for their boss, Damien Richardson. Gamble. Well inside the 3rd minute of the added time. O'Callaghan. The title is Cork's. Damien Richardson does it at last. The master of the cup is now the master of the Eircom League. Cork City, his second spell as manager here, and he's brought the title to Leeside for the first time, and the only time since 1993 for Cork City. A wonderful victory, a classical, clinical demolition of Derry City, and the perfect way to secure the title. And Tony O'Donoghue is with the man of the moment, Damien Richardson.
You're a Leeside legend after this. Congratulations on securing the first title for Cork since 1993.
A wonderful evening, Tony. You can feel the emotion around the ground. It's a very special night for myself, Cork City players, supporters, and everything to do with the city, the county, and indeed the province of Munster. Have to compliment Derry, a great team all season, push us right to the very end. But we won out, we were the best team this year, we've proven it, and it's a very, very satisfying moment.
A great selection decision by you in the first place, starting with Jonathan, then losing Neil Fenn so early, but you were very positive in both halves.
I felt that was the only way to go into this game, show the players of the week how much I believed in them, and also all the season they followed me in that, and they've been magnificent. This is a great group of players. They needed this win. Now we can go on and repeat the process time after time, I'm hoping.
It's a testament to you as well, though, because you've always espoused attacking football and free-flowing football. That's the sort of football Cork City played this season, and especially tonight.
Well, it's especially satisfying to me that the Eircom League of Ireland champions 2005 are a footballing team. Sends a message out loud and clear to the whole league. We have quality in this league. Let's believe in the players, let's believe in the supporters, and let's back them. And let's demand more football, produce more football, and then we'll do better in Europe, and then we'll all enjoy it more.
How does it feel for you personally? You've finally got that monkey off your back. You've won a league.
I'm very happy to win the league, but I'm delighted for the players and even for the boys. This is for the club. I owe this to the club, and it's a long time to get it to pay back.
Well done, Damien. Thanks for talking to us.
Damien Richardson, the man of the moment, the manager of the Eircom League champions of 2005, Cork City. They only won the league in 1993. It's been a long wait on Leeside, but the 3 points that they garnered tonight mean that they finish 2 points ahead of Derry City. Goals in the first half from John O'Flynn, and in the second half from Liam Carney. Disappointment for Peter Hutton. Will he get this close again, you wonder? But they started the season as 33-1 outsiders, and to have gone right down to the finishing line the way that they did, and to finish just 2 points behind the champions, that's some achievement.
Yeah, I think commiserations to Derry. I think they can be proud of their season. They look to a couple of chances tonight. McCourt's the free kick at the end from Brennan, say maybe it could have been different. But to be honest, Cork were the better side throughout. They started sharper, more possession, chances, more desire for me and passion about their play. And they looked more of a team. There was more cohesion about them. And I think they're deserved winners, and they did it with some style too.
Tony O'Donoghue is with Dan Murray.
Happiest day of my life by some way. On a night, couldn't ask any more of the players. We just had to win the game. We've done that. I think we're worthy champions.
You're one of the new recruits to the city. What does it feel as a man who's now been brought up in the Cork tradition?
Words can't explain it. All season, it's been my aim. This is going to be the proudest day of my life when I lift that trophy. Unbelievable.
What about the crowd tonight? It was very, very special.
And they're always special. Always, I think. Sold out 2 weeks ago. Speaks volumes for itself, really. And the support we've had all season has been unbelievable. I think with the support we got, we're only going to go from strength to strength, really.
So positive tonight, Cork.
Oh yeah, we had to be. We said if we play how we've been playing all season, we'll win the game, and we did that. We deserve to win the game, and I think we're the best team in the country, and that makes us prouder than anything.
Eircom League champions for this year. Congratulations. You better go and collect that trophy. Back to you, Dara.
Fantastic celebrations, great scenes here at Turner's Cross. Very shortly, Dan Murray will be getting his hands on that league trophy. We'll be right back with the presentation after the break.
Shootout in the ER.
That's so typical, man. I knew you put this on us. Why don't you look me in the eye and tell me you care?
CSI Miami, Tuesday at 9:30 on RTE2.
Spielberg at his spellbinding best. War of the Worlds. Rent or buy it now at Xprovision.
This is different.
Nothing to be ashamed of. It's a natural thing.
I know, but is yours cold?
It's supposed to be.
Oh, okay. It's one thing walking around your own kitchen in the morning.
Yeah, and another to... Uh-oh.
Hi there. Great day for it. I can see you've got yours out too.
Fruit. It's a natural thing.
If Rosemount Chardonnay was a novel, it would be a bestseller.
Have you tried the new Pit and Mac at McDonald's?
Yes, one had a deeply satisfying experience.
It's very posh.
One was in heaven, so one was
Delectable.
One would have to call it a work of art.
You simply must try the new Pitamac. It's a touch sophisticated. Available in grilled chicken, beef and grilled vegetable.
The biggest Christmas hits. 3 CDs, 60 festive favorites. The only Christmas album with Wham, Band-Aid, Elvis, and many more. Christmas hits. 3 CDs stuffed with Christmas crackers. Available now at Tesco. Tesco, every little helps.
The new Seat Leon. See, drive, believe.
What are you wishing for? With the widest choice of handsets from €79 and €100 free call credit with every prepaid phone, call into your local Vodafone store and see Christmas wishes can come true. Vodafone.
Kyle Pratt and her daughter are flying home.
When you wake up, I'll be in New York.
But at 37,000 feet, one of them will disappear.
Can't find my daughter.
Does anybody remember seeing the girl?
No. No, sir.
Critics are calling Flight Plan a highly entertaining, heart-stopping thriller. Jodie Foster is magnificent.
Why would anyone want to take your daughter?
Fasten your seatbelts and hang on for a first-rate action thriller.
Where's Julia?
Flight Plan.
For a different view, the Irish Examiner.
The party has started already. Cork City are the Eircom League champions for the first time since 1993, and they are the champions. To talk us through the presentation, George Hamilton.
It's a circle of joy. It's Cork City at the centre of it, in the middle of Turner's Cross, and the presentation is about to be made by the chairman of the Eircom League, Paddy McCall, on the right, and Pádraig Colquhoun of the sponsors Eircom on the left. They're the guys in the suits. The fellas in the green shirts are Cork City. Cork City, who have won it in style, won it with a masterful performance. And Dan Murray, the proud captain of Cork City, has his hands on that famous old trophy. It's theirs again. Great night for Cork, a great game they played, a great campaign they've had. 33 matches it took them, and now they are the champions. And for the Sheds' last outing before it's redeveloped into a brand new grandstand, a night to remember. And of course it takes 2 teams to participate. It takes 12 teams to play in the league, and the Derry City fans have stayed to be part of this and enjoy it. Only 500 of them, but they played their part. They played their part all the way through the season. And the Derry, the 33-1 outsiders at the start of the campaign, have finished as runners-up. And Cork City are in the Champions League qualifying round, which means that their opponents in the FAI Cup final, Drogheda United, have got their wish, and they will be in the UEFA Cup next season. So, double joy, joy on the backs of the Boyne, but most joy on the banks of the league. Yes, it's Cork's night.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. Dan Murray and the Cork City players thrilled with their success. Dave Barry, deserving winners.
No doubt about it, Dara. I think Cork City played tonight the kind of football that we played all year. And I'd like to say straight away, I think everybody involved right through the club, and especially Brian Lennox, the chairman, put a lot of money into the club for this kind of occasion. And I think Damien Richards took a lot of stick over the last number of months, especially for the way he plays football. But if people want to watch League of Ireland soccer, that's the way you should play it. Damien went out today, 2 wide men, 2 wingers,
Roy O'Donovan and Liam Kearney played exceptional football and just took the game to Derry and went and scored the goals to win the league. And he's been preaching that since he came back from England. Damien, I played under him, and I was lucky enough to play under him, and he preaches that football. A lot of people said you would never win a league doing that. He took a lot of criticism for it, never went away from his ideas, and when people look at that game tonight and look at the way Cork City played, there's a lot of justification in what he said.
Felix, I know you're disappointed Derry didn't win the league, but they can have no arguments with the way the thing developed.
No, I said beforehand that if Cork produced the kind of form that they were week in, week out, that they began the season with, then I felt they would win. There's no doubt that they're the best football team. And it was a night for players, the big players, to deliver. Unfortunately, too many of the Derry players never turned up. The occasion was just too much for them.
There's Noel Feeney, so much a part of what happens at Cork City.
Made me many a cup of tea, Dara.
Absolutely,
she makes the best cup of tea in the country.
Wonderful moment for her.
Yes.
For Damien Richardson as well, guys. We were talking. He's had some disappointments in the league. You think back to Shelburne in '98 when they lost out to Pats, losing up in Dundalk. And for him, as you were saying, Dave, he's taken stick. But for Damien to go about it the right way, to have his team playing attractive, open football, and it's a big night for him, isn't it, Felix?
Well, everybody's been saying, will Damien blow it? Which has been, to be honest, there are a lot of question marks. At Shelburne, they won a few cups, but they didn't win the leagues that they should have won, and he had possibly, arguably, the best crop of players at that particular time. They lost on the last day at Dundalk, but they also lost in other leagues. We eventually won, we beat Shelburne by 11 points to win the championship. And it was nip and tuck with 2 or 3 matches to go, and they went blew it big time. So he'll be delighted tonight, but I'm wondering how Pat Dolan's feeling this minute in time.
I think really, Dara, if you look at the team selection at start, he played Billy Woods for the last 2 or 3 games before tonight's game. He left Liam Kearney out. Well, Liam Kearney has been tremendous all year. I think the pitch has caught up with him in the last number of games. But he brave decision tonight. Liam Kearney and Roy O'Donovan, 2 wide.
The Eircom man of the match was Dennis Behan. Fantastic performance tonight. He didn't start the game. He came on for Fenn, who was injured. We're going to hear from Dennis, but brief words about him, Dave.
Dennis Behan has been, he started off this season outstanding. He scored 3 or 4 league goals in the first probably 6 games. And Damien was going to stick with him for as long as that. But unfortunately he got suspended, an injury as well, and kept him out of it. But he's a wholehearted player, and I remember talking to Brian Kerr about him. He said he got his first international cap in goal because he had no goalkeeper on the bench, so Dennis went in goal. But a wholehearted player, and great credit's due to him. He sat on the bench last year and this year for long spells, but well deserved it. We all picked him for man of the match, and
absolutely, we certainly did. Let's hear from Dennis. He's with Tony.
Thanks very much indeed. Come at the hour, come at the man. The most important game of the year, the man of the match, is Dennis Behan. Paula Corkery from Eircom is going to present him with the trophy. And congratulations, Dennis. You came off the bench to play a superb part in Cork's win tonight. Well done.
I'm just delighted, Tony. Look at this. The atmosphere is unbelievable. And it's very easy to come off the bench when you're with such a great team and this atmosphere. But you have to say for Derry, they had a great season. They had 500 and they wanted a lot more to come down, but it was unbelievable, like, you know.
Bit of a fairy tale for you, though, not on the starting 11, to come on, play it so well, hold the ball up, bring people into the play and win a league title.
Well, Damien, when he said when it was coming on, I had to do that. So if I didn't do that, I'd be looking for a contract next year. But it was just amazing. Coming onto this game is so easy when you have a crowd after you. But I was just so lucky that things came out for me today, you know.
What's it going to mean to the city of Cork?
Unbelievable. They've been waiting for the last 13 years for this, you know. And this was all about. You can see 10,000 plus here, and more people wanted to come. And this is what it means. It'll bring us from strength to strength now.
Dennis, you're the Eircom man of the match. Congratulations.
Thank you. Cheers.
Well, that's the scene here at Turner's Cross. Let's check on the results from tonight. Well, you've seen how it's finished here. Bohemians 0, Shelburne 3. They were champions last year. Cork 2, Derry 0, as you've seen. Finn Harps 2, Bray Wanderers 4. Finn Harps relegated, of course. Pats 1, Longford Town 3, UCD 2, Shamrock Rovers 2. Shamrock Rovers in that play-off, of course, next week. Waterford United 1, Drogheda United 0. But Drogheda will be in European football. There's the table, the final table after 33 games played. Cork City, who now, of course, will be going for the double. They're the champions. They have finished 2 points ahead of Derry City, 74 points to 72. Shelburne and Drogheda, of course, also in Europe. Here's how it is at the bottom of the table. Of course, Finn Harps relegated. Rovers had that 8-point deduction. They go into that playoff for a promotion relegation spot. It'll be very, very interesting to see what happens. Now, the man of the match, our Eircom man of the match, of course, was Dennis Behan. The winner, Michael Maguire from Portmarnock in Dublin. He won't have very far to travel to the FAI Cup final on December the 4th. Cork City going for the double, but Drogheda United will have something to say about that. But here at Turner's Cross, it is all about Cork City. Disappointment for Derry City. They finished second in the league table, but Cork and Damien Richardson has led them to the league title. The Shed, of course, well, it's a bit of a mecca at the moment. There'll be a brand new stand there next year for the Cork City fans with corporate hospitality, all sorts of stuff. But the Shed, a big part of what has been happening here at Turner's Cross. It's been a fantastic night for Cork City. They are the league champions, and it's bye-bye the Shed. It's hello the Eircom League trophy. We thank Felix Healy and Dave Barry for their company tonight. But from Turner's Cross, the home of the Eircom League champions, it's goodbye.